This is the MLW Radio Network. This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
Oh, man. I almost kind of want to insert taps into... as we record this on Sunday evening, November 6th, which is weird.
It's crazy.
6:12 p.m. Squeezing this one in. This is a tight squeeze.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Thank you to the Philadelphia Phillies for an amazing 2022 season. An amazing postseason. They didn't win the World Series, but this crew of players definitely won my heart.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm bummed, but I'm not distraught. When they lost, well, they weren't even play like their last playoff run was in 2011 with Roy Halladay pitching pitching a gem, only giving up one run. The only thing is the Phillies didn't score any runs. And when they lost in 2011, you felt like that was the end of an era. Now, you know, the Phillies going to postseason run 2022, a magical October, no doubt about it. But they lost last night, and I'll take responsibility for being the jinx. I was sitting on the couch and I changed positions.
Damn it!
On the couch. Yeah, I fucking jinxed them. But here's the thing: while 2011 felt like the end of an era, this postseason feels like it could be the beginning of a new era. And I can't believe that they get restarted in like 3 months, which is, I'm so used to, this, Phillies being done in September and get their way through October, November, December, January. February is when they come back, pitchers and catchers report. I think they're maybe a couple pieces away from, they need at least one more pitcher, a solid pitcher, some extra. The bullpen was amazing during the playoffs, but, I'm sure there's people listening going, oh, fuck, they're still talking about baseball. But this is the end.
We're never not going to talk about it. No. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, we've, for those who, for prosperity, if somebody's listening in order.
Right.
Gee, I wonder what happened. They never got to it. Google doesn't exist.
Google's your friend, bro.
Yeah. So I watched the game last night. There was a glimmer of hope, but then I changed position on the couch and the Phil's coughed it up. But
man, again,
it's the day after. I'm bummed, but I'm not distraught. I am hopeful because this team, this lineup it was their first year together with this coach. Now you give this coach the full preseason or the off season and the preseason, spring training to figure shit out, give them a full season with this manager, I should say, not coach. But I'm hopeful. So we'll see. And there's a story that's been going around. Man, what's his name? Give me 2 seconds here.
No, that's fine. I was going to just mention I watched the game last night. Sitting in the comfort of my own home, and dude, it was so disappointing. And I'm coming home back from the Super Jersey Comic Expo, and I'm listening to the live feed. It's 1-0. I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. They're going to stay alive. They can do it. And then they pull Wheeler, and then all hell broke loose, man. And they fucking 4 runs in. Like, fucking hell, man. But I guess there's so many questions that I have about some of the choices that were made. And that, I think, for me, is always going to be the question of this season and this World Series run. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Pulling Wheeler out. I felt like he outmanaged himself, right? Like, he just like went too deep in the statistical where he was literally shutting them out. Like, just let it fucking ride, man.
Well, I'm not going to second guess his call because he's made all the right calls throughout the playoffs, but it's not like Wheeler gave you much hope in his first big couple starts, you know.
True. That's true.
And usually the wheels fell off around the 5th or 6th inning in each game. So when, 2 got on, he was just going by what he had seen in the previous 2 starts with Wheeler. When Wheeler was, said he was having, a little bit of a dead arm. But then again, JT Realmuto said, he was throwing, he saw lightning coming out of Wheeler's fingers, which maybe he should have went back to the dugout and said, hey, give him an extra inning or something like that. But, it's not like, Wheeler, who, was supposed to be our star pitcher, had 2 really bad starts. Nola had 2 bad starts. So it just became a thing of, okay, Groundhog's Day. Here we go again.
It really did feel like that, though, didn't it? Like, watching the team was like around the 5th or 6th inning, things just really rapidly fell apart. And it was like, how do you come back from this? How do you rally from this?
In this World Series,
right?
It's each team got all their points in 1 inning.
It's crazy.
And it was always around the 5th or 6th inning where they accumulated all their points and the other team really couldn't come back. So, except in game 1 where the Phillies rallied back and went ahead and won. But what I was trying to say before, and I had to look up the guy's name because I don't want to butcher it. But I'm hopeful because there's a star baseball player over in Japan. His name is, I'm trying not to butcher this, Masataka Yoshida, who is a star outfielder. And he's looking to get posted, which in Japanese baseball terms, he's telling the Japanese baseball league or whatever they're called, hey, I'm ready to go play in the United States. And an American team has to buy the rights, but I think he has to want to go there, and he wants specifically to play for the Philadelphia Phillies. So
that's amazing.
If that happens, and the dude's a big fan of Bryce Harper to the point where he named his dog Harper. So
I love it.
He's an outfielder, great batter. So that that's what we need. We need maybe another extra bat. We need another starting pitcher because the fucking Astros, their pitching is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And look, the Phillies snuck in. They beat the divisional champions in the Cardinals. They beat the World Series champions in the Atlanta Braves. They beat a very dangerous Padres team. And they gave the Astros their only 2 losses in the entire playoffs. A team, the Astros, who have been in the last 5 of 7 World Series. So I think the Phillies did okay. I mean, considering the Astros swept the almighty Yankees, who are considered to be the best team in baseball, and they swept them. So the fact that the Phillies were able to actually get 2 wins out of this against a team like the Astros and is phenomenal. And I tip my cap to the Astros and their fans.
No, I agree, man. There was a lot to, take in. And again, I'm not a major league pitcher. It is what it is, or a major league coach, but it was frustrating to feel like that sense of dread that was just creeping up on you as a Phillies fan. And, and just in Philly sports in general, you just have that creeping like, oh shit, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
And then, it went exactly the way it was supposed to. But honestly, man, it was just fun to be a part of again. Like it was the good vibes from 2008 and 2009. And, you're a part of something. You're a part of something like super cool. And everybody is connected in the city. Doesn't matter what part of the city you're in or if you're just outside of it. It's like, it's just a feeling. It's a magical feeling. And, everybody's excited. And now it just feels like, bleh. Like it just feels dead right now. And, but again, like, and then the Union too, like the Union got shut out and, well, they didn't get shut out, but they lost. And, it's like we're the only city in the fucking world or in the country that had two major league sports teams lose a championship game in the same day. And it's like, fuck, of course, that's going to be something people hold against us. But, look, man, we weren't supposed to be there. We weren't supposed to get there. But I genuinely think that next year we have a just as good of a shot, if not better, to at least get back to the dance just based on the team. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. But, man, what a fucking fun ride. So,
tons of great moments.
Yeah.
Tons of great moments. Got to go to Broad and Shunk. So, it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times, man. I'm excited. Eagles are still 8-0. Everything is good there. We're, I promise we're done with the sports talk, but we're gonna give a quick season-ending yo cuz here. Yo cuz to the Philadelphia Phillies, and we'll be back again next year. We're actually a couple months now, right? When do they start playing? When do they report to Clearwater?
Yeah, 3 months. It's usually 2 weeks after the NFL season ends. Pitchers and catchers report to Clearwater.
Wow. So Meanie, real fast before we keep going.
Yes.
Just want to know if we can get a round of applause from everybody. Do you know why? You know why we're golf clapping right now? I'm so excited to announce that Manscaped launched their Ultra Premium Collection. Believe it or not, it's for your not-so-private parts. Talking about a leveled-up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe. Literally, Manscaped is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MEANIE20. Now, Meanie, we all know how essential the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is for that precise trim below the waist. Their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts in your most delicate areas. And I'm telling you, Meanie, there's nothing more that Courtney likes when she gets down there to see Little John on the East Side, boys. She likes to see some smooth skin, and I'm sure Manscaped's done the job for you as well.
Manscaped is the perfect product. It's perfect for the hygiene for your low gene. No, seriously, top-notch quality products with, the ball trimmer, the nose and ear hair trimmer, the foot spray, the deodorant, everything that, Manscaped does is top-notch quality. Top-notch scents, by the way. The deodorant smells great. The man wipes smell phenomenal. Everything Manscaped does is top notch, especially even the bag they give you to carry everything in. Top notch from top to bottom. No pun intended.
Top to bottom is right, but check this out, meaning we know how great the Lawnmower 4.0 is. Check out what's in this pack, the Ultra Premium Collection. It comes with the Manscaped Premium Deodorant. No, and it's not for your balls. It's for your stinky-ass armpits, because trust me, I'm in there doing my front squats, man, and Papa needs a brand new shower. So they keep that deodorant. It dries clear. It's aluminum free, and it smells like their signature scent. A hydrating body moisturizer. If you have any tattoos or issues with dry skin, it's designed to keep your skin feeling fresh, clean, and smelling fresh as well. The body wash to lather you up has infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner to clean that scalp with one easy step, plus a free gift, a 3-pack of lip balm that's made with ingredients such as vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil to keep those chappers feeling moist. I use it every single day. I have some here somewhere, probably in my suit pants where it belongs. That's 4 products plus a gift inside the Ultra Premium Collection. And I got to tell you, Meanie, that sounds like an incredible score, especially for the holidays coming up. What's even better about this is that all of these products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, vegan-friendly, and dye-free. The best ingredients with zero compromise. Get that Ultra Premium Collection hot off the shelves right now. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MEANIE20. at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code Meanie20 at manscaped.com. The power of attraction is now in a bottle thanks to Manscaped, and your balls will thank you. And Meanie, I want to say thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the program today.
Sponsor the program that sponsors Mind of the Meanie and helps you feel good, look confident, and show the one you love that you love them a little bit more.
I saw you went full gimmick the other day at the stadium for Game 5. I was incredibly hyped for you. Getting up on USA Today.
Yeah, man. Shout out to we went. I had World Series Game 5 tickets, and I was like, you know what? Oh, and well, here's the thing: Eagles and the Phillies are playing same night, same time. So I was like, well, here's my conundrum. Yeah. Being a sports fan, and worrying about the everybody's got sports superstitions. I was like, well, dude, every game the Eagles have won, I was wearing my Ike Reese jersey, right? So I was like, I gotta wear my Ike Reese jersey, but I'm going to a World Series game. Well, I'll put on my Ike Reese jersey and I'll put a Phillies jersey over top. So I wore my Ike Reese Phillies jersey and Eagles jersey, and I wore my Steve Carlton powder blue jersey because they're wearing powder blue uniforms that night. So we get to the ballpark. I stopped by the WIP booth and show off the fact that I'm wearing, both teams. And Ike Reese, who does afternoons on WIP with Johnny Marks and Reese, 94 WIP. One of my favorite shows, 2 to 6 every day. I stopped by and showed them, and they put me and Mrs. Meanie over on the air, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, I'm
trying to cue that up. I'm trying to cue that up so I can put that on the air here.
So, and Ike Reese was like, putting it over, and he's like, I will be out in 5 minutes to take a photo with you. And he came out and, took a photo with us, with me. And it was very cool.
Here it is right here. Should come up. Hold on. Of course, it's going to make a liar out of me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, wait. Here's the video of you on USA Today.
Why not both? Why not both? Let me see the swag. Let me see the swag, baby. Go Birds. Go Birds. Go Philly. Go Philly.
Killing it, man.
So here's the deal with that. Like, we're walking around, and me and Mrs. Meanie stop. There's like the Liberty Bell in the outfield. So we start, posting selfies underneath the bell and all that stuff. And she started doing stuff for her TikTok. And the funny thing is, in the TikTok, she does this like loop around, which captures me in it. Not only me in it, but the guy from USA Today who's standing behind me waiting to ask me if he can interview me. So he goes, hey, man, can I interview you? I was like, yeah, what's this for? He's like, USA Today. I was like, oh, absolutely. So he asked me, he was asking everybody, who would you want to win a championship, this year, the Phils or the Eagles? And he picked the wrong person to ask because I know how to give a long-winded answer that it's not usable for air.
Attaboy.
Like an overthought. Like, I was like, well, man, that's a real Sophie's Choice kind of thing there. But I'm going on and on.
Did you really say Sophie's Choice?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like a real Sophie's Choice kind of moment you're putting on here about. But
that should be the name of the episode, is Meanie's Choice.
there you go.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Not to be confused with the 90s band K's Choice. I'm not an addict. So I gave a long-winded answer, but eventually came down to me going, well, why not both?
Yeah.
And he told me to show off the jerseys, me wearing the double jerseys. And then I went, I know how to end a promo. I was like, go Philly. And that's what made it. Not my Sophie's Choice long-winded gimmick. But yeah, it was pretty cool, and then everybody started tagging me in it the next day, and my phone blew up with the mention of of being on, Marks and Reese and stuff like that, which is kind of cool too.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was, even though they didn't win, it was a very cool experience. Capped off with a night of heavy drinking at McCusker's. We hopped on the subway and went down to Oregon Avenue and walked down to McCusker's.
Yep.
It's on 17th and Shunk. But yeah, I mean, what a magical month.
Honestly, what an incredible month it was here in Philadelphia to be a Philadelphia sports fan. And, again, I'm excited to see what happens next year. I feel like this team, if they bring this outfielder in and they start really putting the pieces together, I feel like we could have something here, but we'll see.
Yeah. We start doing the fantasy booking now.
Now, well, speaking of fantasy booking, we'll get back to wrestling talk because I know that's why people are here. Did you get a chance to watch Crown Jewel? Anything from that?
I did not watch Crown Jewel because I was at a fine establishment called RC Collectibles in Lebanon, New Jersey, which the closer to booking, the better. It was like an hour drive from my house. So, and it was me, Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and boxing legend Michael Moore were there doing autographs and private signings and stuff like that. And I tried to, tune in and watch some of it, but I also didn't want to take away from, I don't want these folks who brought me in to do the sign and be like, oh, we brought Meanie in, and all he did was watch TV.
Right.
So, didn't get a chance to watch Crown Jewel yet.
Thank you. Courtney just did a run in here with some coffee and the baby. Sorry about that. Thanks, everyone.
Give the baby some coffee.
Hey, man, that's how we keep her awake.
Hey, here's a legit question.
Yeah.
And excuse me for sounding stupid. What's the proper age, do you think, to let kids start drinking coffee?
6 months. I'm probably not the person to ask because my mom gave me coffee when I was 6. Probably wasn't the best idea. I don't know, probably like 11 or 12, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe like going into middle school. Maybe it's like the first time to start trying coffee.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when I had my first cup. Yeah. I remember my mom was the first time I ever had a nice coffee. My mom made me a nice coffee, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking great! Give me 8 of them.
Yeah,
8
right.
pots, 8 pots, please." But yeah, I always wondered. I always thought, as coffee as like an adult drink, not like in the way of booze, but like it can be addicting and stuff like that. But that's a random question. Oh, holy shit!
Hey man, that's why I had the coffee running. This is the last remaining mug from a set we got. You can't see it, but you can actually see it. You can see what I'm holding here. If you go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie and sign up today, listen to the shows, watch the shows early, and listen to them ad free. But here is the Han Solo I Know mug. There used to be a complimentary blue Princess Leia mug that said "I love you," but was broken by our incredible movers from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia. So I've been trying to find the complimentary mug, but it's been a little difficult.
The same ones that stole your Xbox?
Yes, the same group that stole the Xbox. We had, so like I'm a big coffee mug guy because, I drink a shit ton of caffeine, and I had a whole box. I packed it properly, and it was all wrapped up with bubble wrap and shit. Somehow they found a way to fucking destroy it. Everything. Like, I would say the entire left half of the box was destroyed. Like, I had this big, like, Star Trek mug I had from, like, college. And one thing that really pissed me off, like, really upset me more than anything, was when Courtney and I first got together. She was in, we were at Westchester together, and she was doing ceramics at the time. And she made me this giant coffee mug. And it had her name, and their name in the bottom. And it was really it was like this cool little, like, kitschy thing we had, and I would drink out of it. I had it. I would use it pretty much, every week. And the whole bottom was shattered out of it, and the handle was busted, and I was I would fucking hit the roof. I was like, motherfucker, this is my favorite mug, So, there's a bounty if anybody can find it. I see Vanessa's here. Shout out to the Pod Squad, by the way. Pod Squad's here. Yeah. Vanessa, if you can find that, I'll send you a bounty for it. So just let me know. But yeah, it's, I would say probably 11 or 12, I would say is probably a good age for that. What do you, Pod Squad? You let us know what you think. But again, like I said, I had very, very limited parental supervision. So drinking coffee
Dude,
was like, I'm smoking cigarettes at fucking 13, 14 years old.
Dude, I remember just leaving the house to go for a walk, and I couldn't have been more than 8 or 9. Just, oh, Brian will be back.
Yeah.
Not that they were bad parents. It was just like, the kids just went out and played.
Yeah.
But it was just something that popped in my mind. But again, shout out to RC Collectibles in Lebanon, New Jersey. I had a great time. They have a great store there. If you're ever in the area, go there, check it out. A lot of really cool stuff in there, and some great people. How was your convention?
I was just gonna say that. Thank you. It was awesome. I got to kick it. I was at the Super Jersey Comic Expo in Holmdel, New Jersey. This was the second year for it. It was absolutely fucking amazing. My buddy, my good friend Paul Brown runs it. Incredible. Like, second year was just amazing. And I got to hang out with Jerry the King Lawler all day. He was there as an artist guest, because I'm not sure how many of you know this, but Jerry is actually an incredibly talented artist. He's been a big comic book fan for a long time. His favorite character is Superman, so he does a lot of like drawings of Superman. And one of the coolest things I saw that day, I think Jerry has some pictures of it. He's probably going to share, but there's a guy that came over with a comic book. It was a Superman, like what they call a Superman blank book, which is basically like the cover is blank and there's a story on the inside. And basically allows for artists to come through and draw. Well, this guy had gone to like multiple conventions and had artists who draw Superman draw their version of Superman on the book. And he came to this event. His name was Steve. He came to this event specifically to have Lawler draw his Superman on the book. So when you fold it open, it's all these different variations of all these different people's ideas of Superman. And it was like, Jerry was just blown away by it. I'll have to see if King can send me the photo, because it was fucking cool. And I kept telling the guy, I was like, man, this is like, you see people come with that kind of stuff, and I'm not that clever. I wish I could have thought about that, and I would have been like, that would have been something really cool to have. But it was super cool when he was done, when he took a bunch of pictures. So I'm sure that'll probably show up on his Twitter feed at some point. But it was a good time, man. It was nice. It was cool to get to kick it with King. And I asked him about Kaufman. We talked about Cleveland sports and Philly. We talked about the World Series for a while too, and I got to pick him up from the airport, pick his brain about just about everything. He told me the coolest thing he told me was that he saw the Beatles live in 1965 in Memphis. And he said that was like the coolest thing. He's like, people ask me, he's like, I've wrestled everywhere. I've seen all kinds of shit. And he's like, the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life was seeing the Beatles play live in 1965. And I'm like, that is fucking crazy, man. Like, I can't even imagine.
On a related note, while I was at the signing with Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart, somebody had 3 of his records, the Gentrys, when he was in the rock band, the Gentrys, which he had a song, I Keep on Dancing. The song I Keep on Dancing by the Gentrys with Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart, was one of the only songs to knock the Beatles out of the number 1 spot. So,
yep. And Jerry mentioned that in the car. We were with an art. So I was basically like kind of helping to shuttle people back, and it was Jerry Lawler and then an artist who does a lot of Star Wars work with Disney named Claudia Gray. She's absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance to check her out, go for it. But she's a wonderful person too. And then he was telling us the same thing. He was like, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and told pretty much like word for word what you said. And I was like, that is crazy, man. Crazy.
So we kind of had like a synergy moment, not knowing it.
Yeah.
You and Waller were talking about Jimmy Hart and the Beatles, and I was talking with Jimmy Hart about the Gentrys and the Beatles. So
our worlds are coming together. I did hear, however, that you met a friend of mine at the stadium the other day.
Yeah. Before we get to that, like the cool part of walking around Citizens Bank Park with blue hair is people go, man, you look like the Blue Meanie. You go, well, but your boy knew exactly who I was, and we took a selfie together, and he brought you up, and we all popped. Yeah. I was like, that's awesome. And he said he worked with you in Novak today. So that was really cool, man. Yeah. There was a lot of really cool. Oh, dude, check this out. Right after I met your boy, I'm walking around.
Shout out to Corey Kine, by the way. That's his name. Corey and I Corey's a wonderful guy. He sent me a message and he sent me the photo. I was like, oh man, Meanie. I said, tell him you know me. He was like, oh yeah, my co-host. I was like, that's right. I said, tell him I said what's up. Buy him a beer.
I am great with faces horrible with names, so I'm glad you said his name.
I want to make sure we gave him a shout. I'll let him know we talked about him.
Yeah. But me and Mrs. Meanie were doing a couple of victory laps around because I wanted to get there early. I wanted to feel the experience of a fucking World Series. You know, I've never been to one. And they had the Fox pregame live crew there. Big Poppy, A-Rod, and two other people who I'm blanking on. But we go around for like the third time, and it's totally like the walkway was totally fucking clogged. I was like, so me and Tracy go, yeah, you know what? Let's just make our way back around the other way. You know, let's go back to where we just came from. So we turn around, we go to walk, and I hear cheering, and a couple, you know, Philly PD guys start walking, and then amongst them is fucking A-Rod. A-Rod starts walking.
Whoa!
As if we were planning a high spot. He's walking towards me. I just put my fist out and gave him the, and he gave me the fist bump and walked off to the set, and I just kept walking straight.
Wow.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. And that's eventually where the guy from USA Today met up with me. You know, I fist bump A-Rod, walk 20 feet, USA Today. Weird. It's like, but Tracy, Mrs. Meanie said, she was so mad that she didn't have like a camera ready to record it because it was like the perfect fucking thing. It was like neither of us missed a beat. We just walked by like the two sheepdogs in the Looney Tunes commercials that are clocking in, clocking out. Hi, Carl. You know, so
here's
pretty cool.
Here's the other part though.
Yeah,
A-Rod loves the Blue Meanie. Because as we know, Pod Squad, hashtag everybody loves Meanie. Is that wild, man? Like, fucking A-Rod knows who the fuck you are. Like, that is like...
I don't know. He might have just seen me as a guy with blue hair.
I'm going to go ahead and say no. He's probably an ECW fan. He's probably like, holy Santa Claus shit. The Blue Meanie is here. And
yeah, we'll have to watch the footage to see if he mentioned it on there.
We'll run it back. Yeah, we'll run it back. We'll check it out.
Dude, we were walking into the ballpark. We got our rally towels, and we got they gave us some really nice World Series scarves for free.
Cool.
And I got my rally towel, I got my scarf, I'm walking, and being in the wrestling business since 94 and being on TV all these times, you know when you're being recorded. And I glanced to my right, and there's like this guy holding up a camera, like real official, like, you know, going step with me. So I was like, I was telling people I might be on in some B-roll footage tonight. I don't know, but awesome. Keep an eye out. Yeah,
I was looking for you during the game. I said to the guys, with a bunch of guys in the neighborhood, we all watched the game together. I was like, guys, look out for Meanie. He might be on TV. I was waiting because I knew when you had the gimmick and the whole regalia, I figured they were going to put you on TV at some point.
Unfortunately, I wasn't like well visible because I'm a cheapo Belipo. I bought some standing room only tickets.
Cheapo Belipo.
Trademark Tracy Root 2000.
Thank you, Mrs. Meanie. We appreciate your contribution. Let's give her a yo-cuz. Let's give her a yo-cuz for that one.
Yo-cuz.
There we go.
So yeah, I'm super chill. Like, look, I was fortunate enough to buy tickets before they went on, on the market, and I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to fucking, donate a kidney to acquire these tickets. I'm almost embarrassed to say what I paid for them, which I won't say because I hate talking money. But I was very fortunate. I was like, you know what? Well, here's the thing. I could have bought seats, but they were like upper deck, and I hate being that high, So, and when I go to a game, I like to walking around anyway, Right. So if I'm sitting right below the first level going down, I kind of feel like I'm in the first level, but my knees and my fucking back said, motherfucker. my feet, my back, and my knees were like, fuck you, Bri. So, but it was a great time, man. Just to say, I went to a World Series in my hometown, and because Super Bowl, you got to fucking travel somewhere else, the Super Bowl doesn't come to your hometown, except if you're, Tampa or fucking LA, where they got to play and win the Super Bowl in their hometown. But it was cool to go to a fucking World Series. And hopefully there'll be a couple more.
Yep. So we'll give these little birdies some meat here. We'll talk. Did you get a chance to catch any crown jewel afterwards? Anything yesterday or today? Nothing.
Dude, when I did the signing, drove home, got stuck on 95 because there was a political rally in town.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, Obama.
Haven't dropped that one in a while.
Yeah, I was stuck on 95 for a little bit.
Thanks, Obama.
But by the time I got home, me ran to the supermarket, get some World Series food. She made an incredible, snack spread. We went to, dude, if you ever, anybody out there who's ever thought of coming to Philly, if you want some really good food, go to the Reading Terminal Market.
Yes,
dude. Like, if you've never been to Philly, the Reading Terminal Market is an amazing place. It's an eclectic place.
Yeah, dude.
Where you can have a little bit of everything. But
one of my favorite joints over there is called Beck's Cajun Cafe. You ever eaten there before?
I've passed it. It smells fantastic.
Man, it's so fucking good, man. They have Bassett's ice cream. They have a little shop there as well. But pretty much everything is like handmade. It's like little shops, and I always say the name wrong. It's Beeler's, right? Beeler's Donuts is there as well.
Yeah,
a real famous donut shop. But yeah, lots of great shit over there. If you come to Philly, that's one of the places you got to hit while you're here. Incredible spot.
I'm going to give a shout out to the Flying Monkey. They make amazing pastries.
Nice.
Flying Monkey Bakery.
There you go.
In the Reading Terminal Market, we went and got some pastries. We got a Phillies donut. Cupcakes with the P on it, and
I hope the letter, not urine.
No,
it's just the way you said it. No, with the P on it. I was like, whoa, time out. Hold on.
Yeah, that was a little extra.
You gotta pay the Trump money for that one.
And whoopie pies. Whoopie pies. We got some of those. Dude, fantastic food. Yeah, I mean, there's an Amish market there. We went and got some cheese for like cheese and crackers. We got whoopie pies for some dessert. What's we went and got Old City Coffee Company there is fucking fantastic. Got some coffee. Like, a coffee's good when it takes you a while to fucking drink it. Yeah, like I said, that the cold brew near my house with the new Dunkin' Donuts, the kayfabe Dunkin' Donuts. It takes me a while to drink it because you drink it and you're like, you know,
fucking jittery and shit. You're like,
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So we got coffee at the Reading Terminal with Old City Coffee Company, and that was fantastic. And if you go there, you can go there every day and eat something different every day.
Yep.
So so I did the signing, got home, we got food to accentuate, the stuff we got Reading Terminal the day before, and just got ready to have my heart broken.
Yep.
I'd have felt, but, I'm, like I said, I'm not sad. I'm just
disappointed.
Disappointed.
Yeah. Listen, it's again, it's just one of those fucking things, and it just sucks. But one of the things I really do like, though.
Yes.
Well, actually, one question. Should I mention the critic again on the show this week? Because it'll make it 3 weeks in a row. One of the things I should ask you.
Sure.
Is a question. Would you like to ask Meanie?
I would love to.
It's time to ask Meanie anything.
Ask me something.
Don't forget, tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie. Tweet it to us at our Twitter account, Mind of the Meanie, and you just may hear it on the show. I got to start the show. Yeah, listen. Let me try that sentence again. Words are hard. We got to start this segment of the program with a question from Vanessa, Pod Squad member, OG status.
Word.
Which we didn't get to her question 2 weeks ago, and I want to make sure we ask it. Meanie, have you ever been to the Ontario Street Comics in Philadelphia, where All Ego Ethan Page recently filmed a toy and comic hunt? It's also famous for the scenes they filmed the movies Unbreakable and Glass at.
Yes. Ontario Street Comic is owned by my buddy William Fink. Back in the day when I was running 3PW shows, he was one of our ticket outlets. We would go up there and he would sell the tickets for us out of the kindness of his heart. Great place. Really cool. I'm glad, when business it's tough for businesses to stick around for a while. Like, a lot of, places I've grown to love, over time go away. But the fact that he's been there all this time is fantastic. And if you go there, go to Ontario Street Comics, and bring up the fact that, they filmed Unbreakable and Glass there, he'll bust out the photos. Like he's got like photos like of all the trucks lined up outside, M. Night Shyamalan, and all the actors, there at the store and stuff like that. It's a really cool shop, really cool experience. Now in the movie, if you watch the movie, they filmed the exterior somewhere else. The exterior was filmed somewhere underneath the L. I almost want to say near where the gym was in Rocky.
They filmed it under the L. Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And
but the interiors of those of Unbreakable and Glass were filmed inside Ontario Comics, but the exteriors were filmed elsewhere in North Philly, like right on the border of South Philly, North Philly.
Got it.
Yeah, but great place. Please go there if you're ever in Philly. Go there, support them. It's a little bit of a ride up 95, but once you find it, it's a great place.
Pod Squad member Travis Pohab wants to know, what's your favorite movie to watch during the Halloween season?
Me and Mrs. Meanie tried to make a habit of watching a Halloween movie every couple days, but the playoffs kind of put a damper on that. But my personal favorite movie to watch during Halloween would probably have to be Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors, because I'm a huge Dokken mark, and Dokken does the song Dream Warriors for the movie. But besides the fact that it's a great movie with Lawrence Fishburne and Patricia Arquette, and I'm sure a few others I'm having a senior moment with right now. But it's definitely one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite storylines of the entire Freddy universe.
Yep.
It just seemed perfect. I like the first two Nightmare on Elm Streets, but number 3 really, that seemed like to be the sweet spot. Especially for the catchphrase, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." Putting the girls' head through the TV and stuff like that. So, that's probably my favorite for Halloween. This year we also busted out and watched the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which
it's Christy Swanson, right?
Yeah, I know I've seen it, but then when we rewatched it, I was like, holy shit, Pee Wee Herman and David Arquette was in it. And a bunch of other people that those actors we go, oh, that's a guy. I know him from somewhere. Plenty of those.
Seen him, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They made a documentary called That Guy from That Thing or something like that about those actors who are always in movies that you're like, oh, there's a guy.
Yep. My go-to movie, in case you wanted to know, Travis, is Fallen by Denzel. It's with Denzel Washington, John Goodman, and Donald Sutherland. Actually, another movie shot in Philadelphia. Great flick. It's about a spirit that travels through bodies, and Denzel's trying to stop it. It's an evil spirit named Azazel. Recently, Bray Wyatt gave a nod to that whole storyline, Azazel, and actually it was a couple years ago, and he was singing "Time Is on My Side," which is by the Rolling Stones. It's a whole thread through the movie, and Bray Wyatt gave that a send-up in some older promos in 2015, 2016. So, yeah, fantastic flick, man. Love it. Can't recommend it enough.
That movie, is very anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
And that's a sign of a good movie if it gives you anxiety. But the one guy that the spirit embodies in there, the bald guy who sings the "Time Is on My Side," he was one of the punk rockers in one of my favorite 80s movies called Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah.
With Eric Stoltz and mom from Back to the Future, Leah Thompson. So, useless knowledge.
Looking up that character's name now, or that person's name. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of stuff, that guy. That from that
Edgar
thing.
Reese. Elias Koteas is his name. He played Edgar Reese, who was the serial killer, quote unquote, in the movie. And yeah, that movie is fucking great. Go out of your way to take a look at it. Let's see here. Where's the other question? I just had it. Here we go. Pod Squad member Andy Schlichter wants to know: are you glad that the WWE is dropping the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? I am, since I thought it was more of a blow-off, a blood feud, not a random match that we would have to be force the stipulation around.
Basically, you just gave my answer. Yeah. I am kind of glad. It's like certain matches, certain feuds need a match. You don't need a match to. What's the famous saying? We had a match that needed a stipulation. Now you have a stipulation that needs a match.
Right.
And you're kind of force feeding people in the feuds to go into the Hell in a Cell, which normally you're like, man, this feud really isn't worthy of a Hell in a Cell match. But hey, we have to have a pay-per-view once a year. So, yeah. And it also kind of numbs you to the fact that, like, if you're expecting something once a year, it kind of loses its luster. You know, it kind of, oh, yeah, okay, here's Hell in a Cell. Now, like, oh my God, Hell in a Cell. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, people should, pop for the unexpected need to go to a Hell in a Cell, as opposed to, here's Hell in a Cell. What feud are they going to manufacture for this match? So, absolutely, I'm glad that they're dropping it. I wouldn't do it for a couple of years and just, take it away for like 2 years. And then eventually when you have like something worthy of a Hell in a Cell match, when you bring it back, the crowd will just pop that much harder when they hear that that's the stipulation. And if you can, paint that thing silver again.
Seriously, get rid of that red shit, man.
It looks like one of those milk crates that, I used to make a basketball hoop out of, in high school,
Yeah, and what a better way to send that off into the distance for a little while with the Cody and Seth Rollins match. I couldn't think of a better sort of bow on that entire event.
Yeah.
So yeah. Last question here from Mark and Dryden. Did either of you guys frequent, maybe a tad too much like me, video arcades as a kid? My absolute favorite was Q*bert, which I used to play for 4 hours, which is my record on a quarter, plus Super Mario Brothers and Time Pilot. What were some of your favorites?
Oh, man, I wasted many a quarters in the old Spaceport arcade in the Ocean One Mall in Atlantic City. Well, dude, when they had Punch-Out, I was a big Punch-Out fan. And then, oh, my God, when they came out with a wrestling video game, Tag Team Wrestling, that was amazing. What's the other wrestling? There's another wrestling game I'm blanking on. But I have it on my iArcade here in the Trey Meanie Studios here in the Casa DeMeanie. But yeah, I spent plenty of times. There was main event wrestling. I never really got into the Space Ace or the Dragon's Lair ones because those felt like you're playing a slot machine, like where it felt like it was rigged against you, kind of thing. Where regular video games where you could just, have fun and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I would say like Punch-Out was definitely one of my favorites, growing up in the arcades.
I used to go to an arcade. There was one in
Matt Mania was the other one. I couldn't think of it. Matt Mania. That was one of the best video games in the arcade when I was a kid.
I'm actually looking it up right now because I think there was a WWF arcade game that there used to be. Yeah, WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. We used to go when my grandparents, when we go to my grandparents' house in Prospect Park, they had McDade Mall, which was probably like 10, maybe 5 minutes up the road. and they had an arcade in there that we would just pump quarters into, and that was one of the games I just was obsessed with, man. Honestly, though, I'm a pinball guy. I love pinball machines. I can spend pretty much my entire day at a fucking pinball machine if you leave me alone for long enough. And I'm indiscriminate when it comes to them, man. I mean, I love the Terminator 2 pinball game. I just played one recently. We took the kids. My friend Katie, her son had a birthday party. It's like a Katie. We had a. She's gonna hear us and be like, "Why are you saying that?" We had a. It was a TNT Games in Southampton, and they had a brand new Star Wars: The Mandalorian pinball machine, and I was fucking cutting that shit up, man. Love me some pinball. So yeah, that's pretty much where you could have found me at any given time as a child, is at those pinball machines. But yeah, definitely too many times. And as we've mentioned earlier in the show, not enough oversight. But Meanie, you have enough oversight of these questions and at this program. And I want to thank you, as always, for being part of this and being here with us each and every week with the Pod Squad. Where can everybody find you on social media, good sir?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of what was I going to say? Supervision. No, all forms of social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and this thing called TikTok. But basically, I just got it so I can secure my name. Follow me at Blue Meanie BWO. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. Recently just uploaded the Andy Slichter designed I'd rather be at Broad and Shunk shirt, and current Phillies and retro Philly colors. It's a special tribute to my grandmother who, like I said, was in the newspaper in 1980, and they asked her, they talked to her. She's like, I'd rather be at Broad and Shunk. So Andy Slichter was kind enough to make a t-shirt. They're up at prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. If you would like to support Mine and the Meanie, help us keep the lights on here at Mine and the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mine and the Meanie. Get some great shirts, also designed by Andy Slichter. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code Meanie. Save 10%. Shout out to my boy Rod Hicks, doing an amazing job over there at collarandelbowbrand.com. Now you got amazing looking shirts, and if you have an amazing looking beard, and you should have a beard that smells of very, very blue, get the blue spruce over at madcatbeardcare.com. My boy Josh Thornton is doing an amazing job over there at madcatbeardcare.com. Every dime that you spend at madcatbeardcare.com goes into taking care of the kitties. He rounds up the feral cats, takes them to the vet, and gets them taken care of all through the kind generous purchases of the folks who shop at madcatbeardcare.com. Shout out to my boy Jim Nilsson over at glaciersofice.com, and also congrats to Jim. He is an Astros fan, and we had a very peaceful exchange. There was no fuck you. There was like, I hope your team does good. I hope my team does good too.
You're a better man than I am, Meanie.
Yeah. Well, I'm just fucking
teasing.
old.
Yeah, I'm teasing, man. I'm too old for that shit. Yeah.
But Jim does an amazing work over there at glaciersofice.com. Jim made a 3 of 3 handmade custom BWO Air Jordan 1 sneakers for Stevie, Nova, and myself. Each pair of shoes that Jim makes takes about 50 hours per pair. Follow him on social media at GOI Kicks. On all forms of social media at GOI Kicks. You can see photos and videos of all the work that he does. Now, if you want to get a video message from myself, from the Blue Meanie, as opposed to that Blue Meanie, I don't know what that means. Go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. Birthdays, holidays, and well wishes, or whatever your heart desires. Just keep it nice. I don't want to be mean, so don't make me be mean to anybody. Just go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. Request a video, and I will get that right over to you. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can they find you?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can go to Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can also listen to my second show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. I have some older episodes that I'm going to be re-releasing with some additional commentary at the very beginning, so check it out, foundationradio.net. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/foundationradio. Pick up a shirt, support the program. Go to shout out to my friends at 10th Ward Barbershop over there in Lawrenceville, out in Pittsburgh. You can go to 10thwardbarbershop.com. Ask for Kane. He's the owner of the shop, and tell him the Goober sent you. So 10thwardbarbershop.com. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. Keep the lights on in Casa DeMeanie, and also the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth. Meanie, it is always a pleasure. Shout out to the Pod Squad. Don't forget manscaped.com and use promo code Meanie20 to get 20% off of your order. We will see you again next week for the Blue Meanie. I'm Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind.
Blue world order.
Yeah, who calls?
Of the Meanie. Peace.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie was recorded and produced by Adam Barnard and was engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional production and narration provided by Sam Krebs. Our executive producers are Josh Chernoff, Adam Barnard, and the Blue Meanie. Our opening theme is performed by the Swamp Candles. Our closing theme is performed by Chikara. The show contains original music produced by Enrichment. Get additional bonus content by becoming our patron on Patreon at patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. This has been a Butts Carlton media production in conjunction with the MLW Radio Network. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue world order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?
The world of MLW Radio never stops.